All right. Okay. Good morning again. First off, know that this training today is going to be, I'm going to start from the basics, like you have never looked at your Moxi website before. So I know some of you are much farther along in the process than that, but I think you will still hopefully learn something today. And if nothing else, you can get a good refresher, but just know, because we've got such a large group of people, some of you I noticed I have not helped anything with, and some of you I know are up and running already, but stop me at any time that you have questions. But like I said, just know that this is definitely a tutorial today. So, and give me a little bit of grace too, because as much as I train on all this stuff and look back and forth, I can still get tripped up over it as well. And the other disclaimer is I am not a website builder by trade. Everything that you're going to learn today, I've been self-taught, but I don't have WordPress background knowledge. I don't have any of that. So if you don't, do not let that scare you off, because the way this is set up, it's so easy to, even if you just did a couple of steps, you're going to have a great website going for you already. Okay, so don't be intimidated by it at all. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, can everybody see? Should be coldwellbanker.com you're seeing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, I do need that. So if I do ask a little bit of a question, somebody at least tell me that you're seeing what I'm seeing, because it's hard when people are on mute and I don't hear anything. All right, so this is something I want to show you guys both as reload team members, but also as agents in general. So depending on your experience level, at some point, if you haven't already, you are most likely going to have agents throughout the Coldwell Banker network reach out to you because they have found you on Coldwell Banker's site. As you all know, we are such an international brand that we are blessed with having a huge resource. And because most of us are super loyal to the brand, the first thing that I would ever want to do, and I hope you guys would too, and would want that for yourselves, that I want to find another Coldwell Banker agent if possible. Now, doesn't have to necessarily be Coldwell Banker. If there's not one in an area, Adrienne and Becky can hook you up with other agents that are affiliated with us. But I want to show you guys this. I know that myself, because I still am an agent and as a broker as well, I've probably had 3 calls just within the last 2 weeks of agents who have found me on Coldwell Banker's website. So this is why it's really important that you guys have your information filled out correctly. So if I'm an agent, let's just say in New York, and I get on Coldwell Banker's website and I want to find an agent somewhere in the Nashville, Jackson areas, we're going to go down and let's just do search by office in Nashville, just to have a broad reach here. Oh, good. No offices. Perfect. See, here you go. You know, you do these things and then it doesn't do what you want it to.
Probably had Nashville Davidson.
I know. That's probably why. We'll see. All right. Let's try it this way. They have just revamped this site, so that could also be part of it. Okay, here we go. All right, so I typed in Mount Juliet's zip code, and we have the Mount Juliet office and the Gallatin office popped up. So let's just go to Mount Juliet, for instance, since that's where I am. And again, I'm sure one of my agents in the office is going to go, that's not updated. We're working on that too. So, all right. So if I scroll down here, I'm going to see the agents in the office. So keep in mind, I'm an agent from New York and I'm looking for an agent in the Mount Juliet, Lebanon, wherever area. So they're going to scroll down and they're going to see all the agents in the Mount Juliet office. Okay. Now, the one thing that is different about this new updated site, which just launched last week, is in the past, people could search by testimonials. That was how it was ranked on Coldwell Banker's site. It's not doing that anymore. So an agent is literally going to have to click in here, but let's just say, okay, Lena Boyd, I want to see what she's all about. And who's that person standing next to her? Gina. All right, so why this is going to be important for what we're doing today is you're going to see there's an About Me section on here. There's their picture right here, listings. They've got designations, all of the things. So, and here's all their information. Let me see if I can find. But all of the information that I've just showed you guys is going to be fed from my CV desk. So that's why it's really important from the coldwellbanker.com perspective to have all of your information filled out, because it all feeds into different places here. One more time, looking for something, testimonial. All right. And then here's another thing too, social media sites. We all know how important those are, but if somebody's searching for you, they can go directly to my Facebook or Instagram from here as well. Okay, so that's that. Just wanted to show you guys if somebody's out there searching from an agent perspective, or if they want to look up more about you. And it's great because look right here, view agent website. So that's what we're going to work on today. So somebody can come straight there. If they get on your page and they see that you don't have a website and somebody else does, that may be a reason why they go in a different direction. So just know that. All right. That's that. Now, is everybody here? This is my cvdesk.com. This is the home page. Feel free to unmute and say yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now here's where we're going to get real basic. So again, if you guys are past this point, bear with us, but this might be a refresher for you. So the first thing we're going to do is when I talk about updating your profile in my CV desk, this is what we're doing. So up in the upper right-hand corner, hopefully you all have uploaded a picture here. You're going to click that, and then you're going to go to my profile. Hopefully you guys were able to watch my video last week, but what's the most important thing here is you want your profile picture uploaded. You want to see what you look like. The bio section is, of course, really important. And again, don't get pulled down in the weeds on bios. You know, I have worked with many agents who they either don't have one or it's one sentence and they don't like coming up with something and they don't want to brag on themselves, you know, all the things. You got to sell yourself, y'all. Like, put stuff on here, put your experience, put what you're involved in outside of real estate. Like, let people know what you do and why you love real estate. Get this filled out. So again, don't want you to get tripped over it, but you need to have a bio page. So that's that. And then any designations that you might have, this is where you're going to put them as well. Right, and this may be defaulted. I haven't seen this in a while, but do make sure that English is at least checked. If you speak any other languages, obviously put that there as well, but you want to make sure that box is filled out also. Okay, any questions on this section?
Well, Lonnie,
Anything?
I'm learning that what we did this Friday didn't take. Mine's not in there.
Okay, well, sometimes there is a little bit of a lag time, although it shouldn't be at this point. If you worked on that Friday, send me an email and let me know what's going on, because it should be updated at this point. Okay.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
I saw. Bio.
Okay, whoever was talking, come back to me in a minute. All right, the next section, the contact info, you want to make sure your email address is correct. You want to make sure you've got your office and your mobile phone number on here. If you do not have this box or tab clicked, make sure you make this blue, turn that on. Okay, the office section, you don't have to do anything with, but then in the social site, any social media links you've got, you need to plug those in here. Right, and we will be adding your website today if you do not already have one, but you can see I stick to Facebook and Instagram, but if you've got all these others, pop them in there. And as you start to type, as I showed you guys on my video, there will be a box that will pop up down here that will allow you to save your changes. Okay, any questions on this before I show you guys where this feeds? And just so you know, everything that I showed you on those profile pages on coldwellmaker.com, that's where they're getting all of this information. So anything that I have filled out here is going to go onto my agent profile on coldwellmaker.com.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Mine is telling me that my photograph is disabled until I put my license number in, and I don't see where to do that.
Okay, we had that happen earlier this morning with somebody. Kathy, I'm going to make a note because that's an easy fix. I can go in on my end and change it for you if you'll
Okay.
send me your license number. I can do that as soon as we hop off here.
Hey, Michelle, it's Lisa. Mine's doing that too.
Okay, will you text me yours, please?
Yep.
Yeah, some of those we're noticing that the information is not filled out on the back end. That's not y'all's issue at all, but we can fix it really quickly. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to your desk home screen. We're going to get into it here. Everybody see their Moxi Works tile?
Can you give me the number to text it to?
Yeah, 615 533 0169.
69?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Okay. Is everybody here? Does everybody see their Moxi Works tile? Assuming yes, unless you tell me otherwise. So click onto that. Okay, and I am actually impersonating another agent right now. So one of the cool things about Moxi is that myself as an admin, your broker, some of the other admins in the company can come in, and if you give me access to your account, I can come in, and if things need to be changed or I need to see if something's not working, I can do that. So I'm in Nicole's profile today because she's at the basic steps of where, if you're doing this from the very beginning, which a lot of you are, I want to use her so I can show you from scratch where we need to go. Okay, so the first thing to point out here, if you have not been into Moxi Works, or if it's been a while, look up at the top bar here that says presentations, engage, my website, impress, and then help, of course. So Moxi, when we say Moxi, Moxi is 4 different platforms within one. So your my website is one piece of Moxi. Engage is another one. It's a CRM where you can do a lot of tasks. You can track your transactions. You can do e-blasts through there. You can keep up with how many times you've touched your clients. I'm going to hit on this a little bit at the end of class, just so you can see how they're all connected. Presentations is not just a listing presentation. It's buyer tours, it's neighborhood tours, all kinds of great interactive things you can do here. And then Impress is where that's your marketing platform. So when Eva in Gallatin sends out all the just listed flyers, price changes, open houses, this is where you're going to market to your sphere, but also to other agents in other companies, as we do that through here. So not going to touch on presentations or impress today, but just know that, again, when you hear Moxi, I hear a lot of people say Moxi, and just know that Moxi is actually 4 different things within one, but they all talk to each other and they're all integrated. So I'll show you guys some of that today as well. All right, so this is your Moxi Works homepage. You do not have to do anything with this. There's nothing on here that we're going to need to edit. So what I want you to do is click on the My Website tab up at the top. And then if you have never gotten into this before, you are going to get a screen that shows you. Not that one. Move my toolbar, my picture is covered up. My toolbar is at the bottom. Okay, there we go. All right, so if you're brand new into this, this is the screen that you are going to get. So if anybody is seeing this right now, I want you to type in your first and last name right here. Put it together. This is not what this is going to end up being, but just so you're able to move forward, type it in right here. And then you're going to hit submit, and then you should see something in green right here that says it's available. Actually, you're going to hit check first, and then when it says it's available, you're going to hit submit.
Hey, Michelle,
Yes,
mine says your connection is not private.
that's okay. We're going to change that when we get in here.
I don't see where you are.
Okay, I don't either.
There's nothing, there's not a pointer or anything.
Okay, did you guys click on my website?
Yes.
Yeah, but on this
Okay.
page you have up, I don't see where we go in and put our name.
Yeah, it looks like the screen that you're sharing isn't actually sharing as you move along.
Okay.
Now it's moving.
Who can I get? Is one of y'all able to take this? If I allow you to share, do you know how to do that to where I can see what your screen looks like? If not, I need somebody to text me a picture, because honestly, I don't know what y'all are seeing there. That does not sound familiar.
I have what you have. It says, welcome to the agent website admin tool. I never saw anything that you were talking about where it said type your name in or anything green.
Okay.
Yeah, I same thing. I followed you and went to it. I see the same thing.
You're here. Okay. Okay, well, this is where you're supposed to ultimately land. But if you're not seeing this, screen, then and you can't share it with me, or you can't text it to me, then I'm gonna have to
I
get with
see
you
the
after.
screen, but I don't see where you are on there. The little pointer didn't move. If you're highlighting the area that you told us to go to.
I think they're referring to where you said type in your name, Michelle, and there was something green and something red.
Okay, Kathy, can you see this or no?
I can see your screen. I just don't see green or red.
What does my screen say right now? What are you seeing?
Welcome to the website, and I've got that pulled up.
Okay, I think I'm not sharing what I'm supposed to. That's probably what our issue is.
Michelle, I just sent you a picture on what my screen's saying.
Okay, I'll pull that up. Thank you. I think this is probably, hold on, let me go back to this. I forget when we share. You don't necessarily see what I'm sharing. Okay, did that just change?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That is what you should be seeing when you click my website. If you've not gotten into it before, this is what you should be seeing. All
I
right,
sent you a
Mary.
text to what I was seeing. Okay, now how did you get to this screen?
Kathy, as you just sent me, you see welcome to the agent website tool. Is that you?
Right.
Okay, you're where you need to be. So you're good. Don't pay attention to me at this point. Okay, Mary, on yours, the connection. You're not able to get into your website builder at all.
This is what pops up. I haven't tried to go back to anything else.
Stuck. Okay, because that to me is that leads me to believe that you don't have your SSL certificate activated, but you have to be able to get into your website tool to be able to do that. So hang on, let me go back. Just share them all together. Okay, Mary, so when you click onto my website, you're not able to get into this screen that I'm showing right now.
No, this is, what I sent you is what I got.
Okay, all right.
I can try to click on something on it. Like back to safety or advanced, or turn on enhanced protection.
Yeah. I would try one of those. Or back to safety. And then if that doesn't work,
The safety just took me to a new tab.
okay, yeah, that's weird. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I'm probably gonna have to get together with you after this, if that's okay.
Okay.
And you're pretty far along in yours, aren't you?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit.
Okay.
I clicked on the safety thing. It took me to Google settings.
Okay, that might be a browser issue.
Okay.
Okay, I'll help you with that in a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, so let's get back on this. So is everybody on this page right now? Do you see everybody showing welcome to Agent Website Tool Admin, and you've got these common tasks here?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, good. This is where we want to be. All right, so if you have never done anything in Moxi, in your Moxi website, I want you to go up and click on the top left-hand corner where it says Visit Site. And as you're doing that, this is what's going to come up. So it is now redirecting us to what your public facing website looks like before you do anything else to it. If somebody, you look up in the browser bar where it says NicoleBritton.sites.cbmoxi.com, if somebody were to happen to land on this page, this is what they would find. So this is a live site, but the chances of somebody finding this are probably slim to none. So we're going to talk about that later, how we can redirect that. But for those of you who are brand new at this, before we've done any customization, this is probably what it's going to look like. Okay. So you see on here, Nicole does not have a profile picture uploaded. So if she did, it would be popping up on her desk. So we've got to get that in there for her. Nothing else has been changed. You scroll down on your site, that's what yours is going to look like just generically. We don't change any other things, okay? So once we do start changing some things, I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So this is Pete's. This is keystomusiccity.com. So he has a domain name that we have redirected to his Moxi website. So you'll see on here that he's got, of course, his picture. He's got some featured properties. He has set up a custom search. So that's something different than what you probably have. He has also gone up here on the top toolbar and has added some different things that not all of you will have. So what he has done the most customization on is he has added a bunch of different searches for different areas. So I'm going to show you guys that here in a little bit, but this is one of my favorite features of the websites is you can create as many custom searches as you would like. So if you focus on a particular area, particular neighborhood, a particular school district, there's all kinds of different ways we can customize searches to make it even easier for your clients to search when they're on here. All right, so that's his, and then this one's mine. So this is a little bit different than his. I've got my color scheme is a little bit different. As you'll see, my toolbar is in a different place. My picture is obviously different. Bio. And then down here, which I'm going to show you guys how to add this, I have also added a video and I have added some custom links. Now, y'all keep in mind that mine changes all the time. So I take things out, I add them. It's more just for training purposes right now than it is anything. But you'll see here, like I've got this custom tab. Actually, this is not supposed to be Williamson County. It's supposed to be East Nashville under 500,000. I was messing around with this the other day and obviously didn't change the searches heading, but this is one of the cool things that we'll do here today. All right, and then for me, on my featured properties, I'm going to show you guys this as well, but like these are active listings, so you can go in and customize what you want your featured properties to be as well. If you are global luxury certified, you're also going to have the option of branding your website that way as well. I'll show you guys that here in a second. Okay, so these are just a couple of examples of how we can get a little bit more customized without having to do a whole lot of work or being a website builder expert. Okay, everybody following along so far?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so let's get back to this home screen that's called Welcome to the Agent Website Admin Tool. This is what we call your website builder. So if you get stuck, always come back here on the left-hand side. You can hit home. This is where we want you to be. All right, so we're going to go through some of the basics now. Just so you guys know, the way these bullet points actually corresponds with these tabs on the left-hand side as well. So like the personalize your site style, that's the same as appearance. Personalize your homepage here, that's here. So you can get to things from either way, but we're going to go through most of these today and get you guys going. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is personalize your site style. Click go there. And y'all keep in mind, this is being recorded. So in order for us to not get in the weeds too much today, I know people have a tendency, they want to start doing all the customization themselves while we're doing this together. And then the next thing I know, you're 3 steps behind what we're talking about. And I'll have to get you to come back. So if nothing else, if you guys can just follow along as best you can and go in here and mess with this after the fact, that's great. All right. This one, personalize your homepage style. You should only have 2 options. You should have company default and Coldwell Banker global luxury. So this is super simple. If you are not global luxury, you're going to automatically go to company default. You are global luxury, you're going to hit this. And anytime you make changes, you'll notice down at the bottom of the screen on the majority of these things that we're changing, it's going to have the option to preview or publish. So publish is essentially the same thing as your save button. So you always want to remember to hit publish when you change anything. Okay, so that's that. And then the only other part that you have to worry about here, do not do the custom page. We're not worrying about that. We're not that savvy. So you've got one of 2 options here. You can do a search focused website, which is the vast majority of what I've seen, which that means like on Peach, you're going to have the search bar is going to be right in the center. But if you really want to be agent focused and you want you to be what people see first and read about first, you would click on here. And just so you guys can see this, if we hit, so for instance, let me show you this on Nicole's. Again, she's got that search bar right in the center. But if we were to click on agent focused and then hit preview, so we could see what that would look like. If she's got a bio right here, you can see her picture, her info, her bio. If it were here, that's front and center versus the search bar is down lower. Okay, so either way you choose, that's where you're going to do it. Okay, so if I wanted to go to agent focus and I wanted to change that, I would hit publish, but I don't. So I'm just going to keep that like it is. All right, so that's all you have to do on the appearance side. All right, so let's go back to home on the left. All right, and then we're going to go to the second tab, which is personalize your homepage. And this is exactly what it sounds like. So just so you guys see, when I scroll down here, all of these items that we can change correspond with our homepage over here. So just imagine as we start to fill some of it out and it corresponds with everything that I'm scrolling down and people are seeing. Okay, so how that makes sense is the very first thing that you can do is you can change this profile picture. So you're probably seeing this picture right here. I'm assuming everybody's default's the same way, but if not, this background picture is what's here. So in order to change that, now it could certainly be a picture that you've taken yourself, as long as it fits in these dimensions, it will work, but the majority of us are not photographers. So I would say that you're probably going to want to change that yourself. So you've got a couple of different options here. You can hit upload or choose an image. So if you want to go,
Doing anything.
if you want to go into this, this will give you some different, you click under the image gallery tab. These are default pictures that Moxi has in here for us, and you can scroll endlessly. There are tons and tons of pictures in here, interiors, exteriors, landscapes, you name it. I know I probably shouldn't have to say this with any of y'all, but I say this on every training that, like, if you're in Middle Tennessee, you don't want to use this picture as your background picture. Okay. Like, I'd like to think something like that is obvious, but not always. Don't use this picture. Like, you're not selling here. This doesn't look like any of the areas that you sell in, I'm pretty sure. Okay, does that make sense? You want to go in here and you change those, or change this, I should say. So let's just say that I wanted to pick. Find something that would look like.
I'm not gonna remember this.
Hey, can y'all mute yourselves if you're not talking to me, if you don't mind, please? All right, so I'm gonna pick this one, hit select custom area. You'll see over here, now that's changed, but remember, if I want this to change on my website, I gotta scroll all the way down and publish. Right, and then I want you guys to keep your home screen open in another tab so I can show you this. We're gonna go and refresh. Look how easy that was. That picture changed. 2 seconds, that's all we had to do. All right, one other option, if you guys don't like the options here, I'm gonna give you a website that you can go to. It's called unsplash.com. Mike Dawson Goodlettsville told me about this one day, and this has just been awesome. Do y'all see this, unsplash.com? Can you see it on my screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So keep in mind, we want to avoid copyright issues, of course. So a lot of images that you're going to find on the World Wide Web are not necessarily copyrighted. So I will caution you to not just go out anywhere on Google and find an image and upload that. What's cool about Unsplash is that it has a ton of images that are royalty free. So the artists know that they have uploaded these and have given their permission. So let's just say I wanted to see if they had any photos specific to Nashville. I would type that in, and then you can see there's a whole bunch here. This is actually where I got mine that I changed, but all kinds of different options here. All right, so all of these would be free. You can download them to your computer. Like this one's really cool. You can download them to your computer and then upload it here where it says under the upload, you would just upload the image and it's going to go into your library. Okay. You're going to confirm that you have written permission, then you would upload your picture and it would pop in there. Monica's saying Canva is another great resource for free images as well. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you want to change your text color and your background effect, you can do that here. So like on my site, for instance, I've got white text, but you could also have black text. And of course, if you've got a darker background, the white's going to look better. If you've got a lighter background, the dark text is going to look better. So you can get in there and play around with that. And you're not going to hurt anything. So change it, see what it looks like, hit publish or preview, refresh, go in there, see if you like it. If you don't, come back and change it. No big deal. Like I said, you're not going to mess it up. Right? Any questions on pictures?
Nope.
All right, now this is easy. This you can change. This right here corresponds with this. Find your dream home. If you want to change that to say something else, like I have on here, I have dream start here. Change that to anything you want. Okay, again, your picture should already be here. If for some reason, again, we haven't changed this on her desk profile yet, but she should have a mobile phone number and an office phone number here. If you see your license number here, for instance, if it says TN, I would just take that out, and you don't even have to have it on there at all. Some states license numbers are required on everything that they do. We don't have that requirement, so you could just take it out. Again, not a big deal. You wanted to put your specific office location. Change that. Here in a minute, but just so you guys know this, if you wanted to put, let's just say you wanted to put realtor here, or you wanted to put affiliate broker, anything, any type of title that you have, even if you've given it to yourself, you can change that here. You can fill out as many of these lines as you would like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like, this doesn't have to be a designation. You could put in a website here, and that's what's going to show up on the screen. So really, you don't even have to pay attention to these things on the left-hand side. You can fill in with whatever information you want to advertise. Okay. So there's that. And again, we want to go down, hit publish. I know that's annoying, but it doesn't auto save for you. So anytime you can think about it, go in there and change it. Now, this show custom text side, you've got a couple of different options here. If you want to use the same bio that you have on your My CV desk, you can certainly copy and paste that into here. And then whatever you type in here, if you type in text, it's going to go right here. That's where that's going to pop up. But this section actually is different than your bio that's in My CV desk now. What's in your My CV desk right now, that's going to be under this About Me section. So when somebody's on your website and you don't go in and change that, everybody's got an About Me section. And this right here is what's on my CV desk profile. So if I want it to be something different on my website homepage, then I would add it right in here. Okay, and if you're not seeing a place where you can text or type, if this is what your toolbar looks like, you want to click on this thing right here that says toolbar toggle. And if you click that, it will open up some different features for you. You can change the font, you can change the size of the font, do different things with that. So if you're not seeing this line, you're going to want to click right here. Now, the other cool thing you can do here, instead of putting welcome text, you could shoot an intro bio for yourself. You could put a Coldwell Banker video on there. You could do, if you have a property tour video, you could also add a video here on your home screen. And instead of having the text, you would have a video here. So if we clicked that, you're going to upload, like if it's a YouTube video, I'm going to show you how you can embed the video here. But if you have your own, you can just upload that there and put the link here. And then you'd have a video on here. That's pretty cool. That's one thing I keep meaning to do for myself, is have some kind of intro video of me speaking, but I haven't gotten to that yet. So definitely get this filled out though. I would maybe start with the text and then play around with the video, whatever you want to do. But you see here on Nicole's page, we don't really want this to just be a big blank space. Okay. Now, featured properties, this is what I was showing you guys earlier. If you do not currently have a bunch, if any, listings, then I would probably keep with my default option here, which under property list, yours should say my office's listings. So in that case, it's exactly what it sounds like. So on Nicole's, for instance, she's got all of Murfreesboro's listings as her featured properties. Okay, so if she doesn't have listings herself, this would be blank if she had it defaulted to my listings, which we don't want that. We want to see that you've got content, there's different listings out there. So use your office's listings if you don't have, you know, more than a handful at this point of your own. Now, if you do have active listings, like y'all saw that on mine, you would just simply change it here. And then those listings are automatically connected to your MLS. So they're pulling in without you having to do anything, which is another neat thing. All right, so that's that. All right, is everybody hanging with me? This is where it's going to start to get a little bit custom. I mean, that's a yes. All right. Custom search module. This is where you can kind of make yourself stand out a little bit. All right, do I have a Murfreesboro agent on here? Valencia, are you on here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, give me something. If you were to create a custom search for yourself in Murfreesboro, give me one of your zip codes, give me an area you would like to
Zip code
focus on.
37128.
37128.
Yes.
Let's call this Murfreesboro 37128. Right, I'm going to click on now, create a custom search. Back to that. Here, I'm going to do the same thing. Murfreesboro 37128. All right, now we're going to hop over to the website. So I have plugged in that particular zip code. Now see what this map has done over on the right-hand side. It has drawn a boundary here, and it is specific to that zip code. Although we've got one over here that's not. I don't know why this is moving out from there, but whoop, let me go back out. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is you can come in and you can filter this even more if you want, but for right now, our purposes are we're going to keep this at all right, I'm gonna have to go in there and figure out why that's different zip codes right here, but sometimes there's glitches where they've got things where they're not supposed to be, but for our purposes right now, let me show you how to do this is a custom search for 37128. So you're going to come up here to the top where your website link is. You're going to copy that. And then you're going to come back here to where it says custom search path. And I'm going to paste that website in, and notice here that it says the path must begin with search / So you'll scroll up to the top and this is what they're talking about. This is the search slash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything that's before that, and then I'm going to hit preview. All right, we just want to verify that it's taking a consumer to the right place. So there it is. Get out of that. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, then now this works correctly. I'm going to go on the left-hand side. I'm going to go back to home page. Scroll back down where we just were a minute ago. Here that was saved. So let's rename it Murfreesboro 8, and you'll see here is the search we just created. If we had more than one, you would have different options you could choose from here. Let's go down and hit publish. Site. Fresh. And ta-da, there it is. Okay, so if you, again, work in a specific neighborhood, if you've got clients who, you know, let's say you've got a new client that's come in through Relo and they want to be in Murfreesboro in that 37128 zip code, you can also go in and say they've got a $500,000 budget. You could do that exact thing and name it that way. You could create that custom search for that particular client and copy and paste that search site that I showed you guys. You can copy and paste that link and send it directly to them, and then they've got access to that link for that particular search. Okay, so again, you can create as many of these as you want, change it up as much as you want. Obviously, only one is going to be displayed at one time or it would get too crowded, but
Michelle?
yes.
Can you show us one more time where you got the search part? I was able to pull up.
Yeah.
I just missed that one step.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so right here, we're going to click create a custom search. And then we're going to hop over to our website. Okay, and then on your search bar, whatever you want your search to be, in this instance, we're doing this zip code. Click the little magnifying glass, and then it's going to take you to your search page here. It'll map the boundaries for you. This right here is where if you wanted to do any filters, you could. Okay. But then to get the actual search path, what we call it, is up where you would type in your website. This is the current search link right here. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to copy it. We're going to go back over here, name it. We named it Murfreesboro 37128. You're going to paste that link right there. I'm going to scroll up to the top. You're going to take everything before search out, and then you're going to hit save, and it'll be there.
Is this possible to do on your iPad?
You should be able to, yeah.
I just don't have all these things up here to choose.
I could probably look at it with you, Kathy, but I do think it's going to be a lot easier to do it on a desktop if you have that option. You can do it on the iPad. It's just, you know, it's just a lot harder to copy and paste links and things. And somehow, like you said, it's set up a little bit differently, but you can do it.
Yeah.
We just have to get in there and mess around with it and look at what you have, what you don't have on the desk. But yes, you should absolutely be able to do that. Okay, any questions on this search? Did that answer it?
Yes, I just didn't take out the beginning where it had my website name. So
Okay.
I just didn't erase that part. Now I'm
Got
with
it. Okay. Yep. Usually it's something easy. So perfect. All right. So let's go back to homepage. Couple more things on this. Y'all can hear airplanes. I apologize. I'm right in a flight path and they go right over my house all day long. Okay, so skip right now the blog module. We're not going to worry about that. We can certainly add a blog for you if you would like to, but that is one section that I am not super savvy on just yet. So we're going to skip over that for now. All right, so the links module, what this corresponds to right here is, if we hop back over to my page, and we scroll down, if you guys remember from the start, I've got this section that I've called additional resources. So you can have a ton of different links here. Right now, I just have 2, but again, you can change these headings. So for instance, additional resources right now on yours, it probably says useful links. So I've changed mine to additional resources. So think of, if you have, again, if you have consumers coming to your website, especially people who are relocating to town, what are some of the resources they want to know? And I do want you guys to give me some feedback on this. So what are the main questions they're going to ask you when they're brand new to the area?
About schools.
Schools, yep.
About local utilities.
Right, that's a good one. Haven't thought of that before. What else? Come on, y'all. I know you get these questions.
Well, what about local parks, like shopping, things that
Okay.
they may need to, when they first get here, they may need immediate access to?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Restaurants, what if they're foodies?
Trash pickup.
Trash pickup, yep. Okay, what if they haven't gotten qualified with a lender yet?
Yeah, your local lender or who you recommend.
Yep.
Medical facilities.
Facilities, okay. That'd be a good one. All right, so 2 of those is exactly what I have on here. So schools is probably going to be your number 1 answer for the most part. So right here, you're going to click on, or this is what I've added. This, when I say area school information, it just takes them directly to greatschools.org. Remember, just a plug, like we cannot guide them on telling them, oh yeah, such and such is a great school, or oh, no, that's a terrible school, stay away from it. Like we can't be steering people towards or away from things like schools, but we can direct them to the proper resources. And this would be one. And this is something that you want to think of your website as a one-stop shop for clients, especially ones who are new to the area or who are moving from one part of Middle Tennessee to another, and they need to know about different things. This is where we're trying to direct them. All right, so that's one. And then I'd have way too many tabs.
Hey,
open.
Michelle.
Yes.
The useful links area is not showing up even anywhere on my page. Is there a toggle to turn that off and on that I'm missing?
That's interesting. You don't see anything that says like hide widget or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Text me about that, please. Can you do
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
And I'll figure out, that's got to be a glitch in the system.
Okay.
If anybody else is having that issue, please text me or email me or put it in the chat and let me know and I'll check for you. Okay, and then one other one, just so you guys can see, all of our CMG lenders, of course, that's always who we want to recommend first and foremost. They all have their own homepage here. So if I want to send them directly to Lori's website, or if I want to send them directly to Nick's or Karen's, you know who your person is, this would be a good thing to send them to as well, because it gives them all the different loan products that they offer. They can go ahead and apply for their loan application right there. They can download the CMG app. So this would be a really good resource that I would definitely recommend you guys having. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that now. All right, so back here, name it whatever you want to name it, but for now, we'll keep it as useful links. All right, so I'm gonna click on manage links. All right, we're gonna hit add new. Okay, now just because I'm in the Murfreesboro world, we're gonna do MTSU as a link we want to add. Let's say you've got an investor, MTSU, and they want to buy a property for an investment for them to stay in while they're in school, and then they're going to hold onto it. Or you've got somebody moving to town who's going to work at the university. So just as an example, I'm going to name that MTSU. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in mtsu.edu because that's their main website. I like that. Click copy. I like what we did with our custom search. Too many tabs. All right. We're going to paste the web address. Okay, there it is. If you want to give it a description, you can. I don't know that it's necessary, but we're going to come over to the right-hand side and hit add link. Okay, and then automatically done for us here. So I've gone back to Nicole's site. I hit refresh and here it is down at the bottom. You see how it gives me the option to click on it as a hyperlink now, and then there it pops up into a separate window. Okay. You could put Chamber of Commerce information on there. I think Michelle said it, like if you wanted to have, if you live in an area with a lot of greenway paths, or if you want to put links to hiking trails, fishing spots and marinas. I mean, just get creative with it. The sky is the limit. Again, you want to put yourself in the mind of your consumer, your buyer, client. What would they be looking for if they were new to town? They landed on your website and you were that one-stop resource for them. That's what we're adding here. Okay. Now, the final thing on the home page, go back to the left-hand side, hit home page. I promise this is the biggest section, y'all. So once we're done with this, it'll get a little bit easier here. But if you remember on my site, again, I'm not closed out of it again. Scroll to the very bottom. I've got that St. Jude video that came directly from Coldwell Banker's. Oh, actually, it's not St. Jude anymore. See, I didn't change the title, but I changed the video. So this is from Coldwell Banker's YouTube site. So that's what I would recommend doing, is going to YouTube. Type in Coldwell Banker. If I wanted to do a St. Jude video here, there's going to be a few different options. So let's just say, all right, I want to use this right here. All right, so what we're going to do, thing here. All right, don't hit add media. It's going to be easier to do it with this icon right here where it says insert edit media. All right, so this is where we want to click on embed. Go back to YouTube where it says share here. If I click on that, there's this option right here that says embed. So I'm going to click that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this thing right here. This is our embed code it's created. Paste that into here, hit OK, and then boom, video pops up. So let's scroll down, hit publish. Go back to the website. And there it is. I hope y'all think this is cool. I think this stuff is awesome. I'm like, oh, I had no idea I could build a website like this and put video in it and link different things and all that stuff.
This is great information, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Okay, one
makes-
final thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It makes it more personable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, the one final thing on this, just so you guys know, this is not something that you can customize or change. That neighborhood news tab down at the bottom, that's on everybody's website and it's going to stay there. And you want it to stay there because without getting too much into what neighborhood news is, and this is great for any of your potential clients, whether they're relo or not, this is something you could share on your social media pages. You could send it out to your email database, whatever you want to do. And there we go. We have a sad face. Okay, she's got a glitch on that. Well, you gotta love technology. Let me just tell you. Great when it works. Mine's working.
Try it again, Michelle. It's actually working.
I think it was Nicole's for whatever reason.
Okay.
All right, but if you click on neighborhood news, if somebody's on your site, you've sent them there, they've landed on your page, they can fill this out. This is how they're going to get connected to your website, is fill out their information, hit sign up. And then what's cool about neighborhood news is it's based on their zip code. So again, if somebody's in that 37128 zip code, or they're wanting to know what kind of activity is going on there, they would plug in that zip code. They hit sign up now, and then this is a monthly newsletter that automatically goes out to that person. So if they sign up today, May the 1st, on June the 1st, they're going to get the next market report. And these are kind of some of the things that they see. They'll see listings, see where they are on the map. They see what's trending in the area as far as days on market, pricing, total actives and pending. So it's got some really good information. And it's, again, it's a set it and forget it thing that you don't ever even have to mess with again. And they're going to get it every month. And another really neat feature about all these Moxi products is that they are live. So they are real time. So for instance, if I send this flyer out today, or somebody signs up on my website and gets that zip code plugged in, and they now have this newsletter that comes out, they're going to get the newsletter today, and it's going to have all the active and pendings. If they open up that newsletter in 2 weeks, if they go back to that email and open up the newsletter 2 weeks from now, and something has gone from pending to closed, or if it's gone from pending back to active, that is going to show up automatically, that status change in this report. So how cool is that? It's not like, you know how a lot of times if we send searches, it doesn't update, and oh, that old list has links that aren't applicable. This is already sold. This isn't even an option for me. They can come back here and it's going to update automatically for them. So I love that. And I will say, I had a client 2 months ago who was signed up for this. I also had her sign up on a search in RealTracs, but the two overlapped on most of the properties. But the way we had her set up on RealTracs did not catch a property that came up on her neighborhood news. And that's the property she ended up buying. So just a huge plug on that people do look at it, and it's a great resource for them. And again, once they've done it one time and signed up, you don't have to do anything with it again. They're going to get it every month like clockwork.
And Michelle, when you said you can use it for social media, you saying you could set it up under your name and then share it?
Correct, Mike. So what you would do is right here on your website, again, you've got this link right here that says, mine of course says michellemjenkins.com// neighborhood news. So I could simply copy this link and I could create a post on Facebook or Instagram that says, hey guys, if you want to sign up for a monthly market report snapshot, go to this link right here, and then you paste it.
Very
And
cool.
it'll take them right here. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so another cool thing. All right, any questions on the video? YouTube is a wealth of knowledge there. As far as access, I saw one site that somebody had there was a travel vlog that somebody had done on whatever area of the country they lived on, and I might have even been an Expedia travel vlog, but it was a video and they uploaded that. So that was really cool because it pointed out all the neat features of that particular city. So if you could find something like that, that would be neat as well. And again, you can create your own. Go out into the neighborhood, take videos of your favorite hot spots and put that together. And you want me to show you how to upload that to YouTube? Again, super easy. Then you can really get personal. All right, so that's all the stuff on your home page. So let's go back to, again, left-hand side, click home. Okay. Now let's do what I have next on my list. All right, so an easy one we can all do right now, or I should say easy, let's hope it is. The very last bullet point says apply an SSL certificate. So go ahead and click go there. And if you have not done this already, it should have an option where it says, I think apply. If any of y'all are there and are seeing it, because I've already done it, I don't see it, but anybody see that where it says apply SSL certificate and there should be a red X right now?
Mine says configuration detected setup, and there's green checks, SSL.
Okay, that's correct. So you've already done it at some point, but if you have not, there's going to be something that I think says apply or apply now. And if you just hit that red X should go away and you should see what's on my screen, which are the two green check marks. And all that's doing is it's simply making your website secure. So for instance, if I'm on Pete's site here, if you look up in the search bar, you see where that key lock is, that's showing that his website is secure. So when we click that SSL certificate, this goes from being an open lock to a closed lock. Somebody's not going to get spammed. They're not going to get pop-up blockers when they go to your site. So that's why it's important to apply that SSL certificate.
Hey, Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Mine says that I've got it enabled. I've got the green check marks, but then up on top, it says it's not secure on the bar. I don't have the lock box or the lock like you had showed us.
Mary, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, that has to be with what's going on with the other thing we saw earlier today too.
Okay.
So, but I think I know what it is, but
Okay.
that's got to be what that's related to.
Hey, Michelle,
Uh-huh.
I have the same thing and I just went on and redid it and actually it's fixed. So.
How were you able to redo it? If you're
Well,
seeing the two green check marks, is there something else it says?
Yeah,
What did it say, Valencia?
well, it was telling me to recheck it and I did, and actually went on and fixed the setup on it. So at first it was showing it wasn't available, but down below, if you click the blue link, it will reset it and it'll set it up for you.
Okay. Mary, check that. And if you don't have it, like I said, we'll look at it later.
Yeah, I don't have a blue link.
Okay. All right. I think it should be an easy fix, but
Okay.
we'll check it out. All right, left-hand side, let's go to site pages. I promise y'all, we're getting towards the end. I really appreciate you hanging with me. I'm just trying to get you as far along as I can. If you don't do another thing, you're going to be in good shape. All right, so the first thing I want you guys to do is we need to make sure that you have your testimonial tree link added to your website. So when I say that, again, let's go over, I'm going to show you Pete's. He's got, when we click on testimonials right here on his main toolbar, he has got a bunch of reviews that are going to pop up here. So again, somebody can get on your site. If it were me, I know when I'm wanting to go to a new place or need a recommendation on something, I want to see reviews for sure. So it's very important that you guys start collecting these. This comes directly through Testimonial Tree. Testimonial Tree is a third-party site that we are now working with to start collecting testimonial data for you. So if you haven't heard this spiel already or noticed it, the way this works is when you have a transaction that closes out in SkySlope, if you have correct email addresses for your clients in SkySlope, as soon as that closes, Testimonial Tree automatically sends out a review request to that client. So what's going to happen is they're going to get an email. They're going to have an option of rating you from a 1 to 5 star, and then they're going to be able to fill in, like this person has here, they're going to give a description about you and the job that you did. So if for some reason it's below a 4 star, somebody just really doesn't like you for, I don't know why, but just in case, I know they happen. So if it's below a 4 star, it will not get published to your website. So you will be able to see it and you'll know that you got that review, but it does not pop up here unless it's a 4 or 5 star. Okay, but the really cool thing is that it does do it automatically once we have you linked up, which we'll do here in just a minute. So again, if I have a closing today, I'm going to tell that client, hey, want you to be looking out for a review email that I'm going to send you. If you would fill that out, that would be amazing. It really helps me. Then when they fill it out, they are also going to have the option to copy and paste that review to, I believe it's your Google business page. And then there's one other one. Becky, you don't know off the top of your head, do you, where else it goes?
I don't.
I don't think Robin's on here, but there's one other place. It's either Facebook. It might be Facebook, but there's one other option. Now, if you have reviews, like one of my agents in my office, she has a ton of Facebook reviews. And if you have reviews in another place from previous areas that you've worked, or you just happen to be collecting them on a different platform, get with Robin, because Robin can copy and paste those testimonials into your website for you very easily. So if you've got those.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Yep. Yes. Yep, Mike. So you can go to Robin and she will take care of that very quickly for you.
Awesome.
I just
Okay.
texted her. If I get a response, I'll let you know.
Okay, perfect. So, but moving forward, the biggest thing is testimonial tree. SkySlope is where all of these are going to start feeding from. So again, make sure that you have email addresses in there correctly. If you use a different program to get digital signatures, you want to make sure that they're in SkySlope. So for instance, if you have a couple that you're working with, and so there's 2 people that are that transaction, both people, I believe, both people are going to get that review request. So you have the opportunity to get 2 reviews at that point.
You just tell him to stop.
Hey, Michelle.
Uh-huh.
So Robin said, if you have a Moxi website, which is what we're working on, it will go directly to your website. And also if you set it up within Testimonial Tree, you can have it go to Facebook or Google My Business page.
Stop.
Was that what you were looking for?
Yes. Now I'm more asking of when they when the review goes out moving forward from Sky Slope, there's 3 different places I think it gets posted. The website, of course, is the first one. I know it's Google, and then maybe Facebook is the other one. That might be what she's saying.
Okay, I'll ask.
Okay, and if anybody wants, we have a video for Testimonial Tree with that training that happened back in January. Also a very fantastic program. If you want a copy of that video link, I have it on Level Up, but if not, again, email me and I will send it to you. But in order to get it on your website, we need to go back to this site pages builder right now. Now, some of you may automatically have this. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason as to whether or not that page is already in here for you. So scroll down, if you don't mind, and just look right in this center section. This is the description of the different pages. So you should defaulted have what's called this testimonial page. You should have that for sure. We do not want that. That's not what we're talking about. We need testimonial tree specifically. So if you have that, fabulous. Hang on a second. If you don't have that, go back up here to the top that says add new, and this is the way that you know that you'll have it or not for sure. But under add new, if you click this drop down, if you have not added your testimonial tree page yet, it's going to have an option right here at the bottom. It would say testimonial tree page. We've already added it for Nicole, so that's why you don't see it here. All right, but if you're seeing testimonial tree page right here, you're going to want to click that and then you're going to want to hit submit. And once you hit submit, it's probably going to go down to the very bottom, but if not, then it's probably going under your About Me section. But the biggest thing is we want to make sure everybody has this testimonial tree page right here, called a page type.
I do not have in that pull down menu, it does not say it only has testimonial page as a choice.
Okay, so did you scroll on all these pages and see if you happen to have it on here already?
It's not.
Okay, send me a text about that because something's not working right then.
So Michelle, we should have testimonial tree page, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's an old one for testimonial page. I'll get rid of that.
Correct. You actually, Valencia, you don't have to delete it. You can if you want to, but what I'm going to show you right here is, see where this says testimonials and then it's got a hidden in parentheses. If something says hidden anywhere on here, that means it is not showing up on your website right now.
Got you.
So for instance, her testimonial tree page is also still showing hidden. Okay, so what we want to do in order for that to show up on her site / your website is we're just going to click show. And before I hit that, I want to show you guys over here how it's not showing up right now. All right, so she does not have a testimonial tree tab up here. It's not under her About Me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this and go to show. Go down to publish. Remember to do that. It's on your bottom right-hand corner. Back over here, let's hit refresh. And then now under her About Me tab, she's got testimonials. She doesn't have any yet. So if I click on that, and if you don't have any yet, it's going to be a blank page. All right, but as you start getting them, or if you've got them somewhere else and Robin ends up pulling them over for you, this is where they're going to pop up. Okay, so I love that.
I have a question.
Yep.
Before, it looked as though you didn't have to click About Me. It looked like testimonial was up on the bar automatically.
Yep, I'm gonna show you that here in
Gotcha.
just a second.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, absolutely. That's one of the next main things we're gonna do. All right, let me make sure I have followed my steps. I've got a cheat sheet over here, y'all, so making sure to keep me on task. All right, so Tony, was that you that just asked that?
Yes.
Okay. Damn, I'm getting so good at recognizing people's voices. All right, so Tony asked if you guys noticed here, if I go back to Pete's homepage, he's got testimonials right here on his main toolbar instead of under the About Me. So if we want that to be on our main toolbar here, super easy. I come back. And, all right, if you notice on my screen right now that the testimonial tree page is underneath the About Me. So remember when I showed it on Nicole's page, we had to click the About Me drop down and there the testimonials were. If I want this to be its own tab, I'm going to, and you'll see that a cross arrow thing. That means that I can pick this up. So I'm holding down my cursor and I'm going to drag this up to where it aligns with that About Me tab. So instead of it, you notice, see where it's indented right here? That means that's part of a drop down tab. But if I move it up to where it's aligned over on the far left, let my cursor go. Now they're lined up here. So again, I got to come down and hit publish. The site, we'll click refresh. And then there it is. Super easy, right?
And guys, don't forget, I know you've heard her say it a million times, hit publish with every change you make. Don't forget.
Yep, exactly. And if you go, I mean, worst case scenario is if you've done something and you don't see it on your website and you refresh and it's not there, it's probably because you didn't hit publish. So you're just gonna have to go back in and do it again. But so you guys see, just in case it's not clear here, these are all of our site pages. And when I say site pages, if you look here from the top, it says home, properties, all these on the far left, home, properties, buying and selling, testimonials. Go back over to the site. Those line up with these tabs right here. So home, properties, buying, selling, testimonials. Now, the ones that have drop downs, see those right there? Back here, that's where they are, is they're over, tabbed over here, okay? So again, anything that says hidden is not going to be showing up on your website. So if I wanted to turn on my sold listings, which I would want to do anytime I get a sold listing, the MLS is going to feed directly to your site. So we would want those showed. We want any of our active listings showed. And then you've also got options of your featured properties. I think you would want that shown. Then you could also do your offices listings or all of Barnes. You can also show active listings and sold listings as well. Totally up to you what you want to show there. But for instance, so I unchecked, or I should say, am now showing. If I go back here just to show you guys one more time, hit refresh. And then under properties, see, we now have my sold listings and featured properties there. Okay. That's how those all correspond. And again, you can drag and drop any of these. If for some reason you don't want anything global luxury related, you would just hit hide if you don't want that to show up. If you want to move your bio up here, you can do that. Hang on, Mary, I see. Okay, so you can move any and all of those around and then hide and show, depending on what you want on there. Publish. Mary, question?
Yes, on the featured properties, how do we add featured properties to it? I see on my page, it has the featured properties, but there's nothing under it. There's
Yes.
like no featured properties.
Yeah, I gotcha. Hang on just a second. Let's see. Let's see, over here on the left-hand side, it says, property lists. This is where you can get on here and mess around with that. These are what are defaulted already. I'll come back to you on that too. Remind me on that question.
Michelle, I have a quick question on the
Uh-huh.
featured properties. If you have those on your page, is there any way to make them smaller so it's more than 4? So it shows more than 4?
I think if we go to, let's see, homepage.
I think it was under site pages. No, it didn't.
I think, Becky, you know, I haven't been asked that before. I think that might be how it just automatically defaults, but let me make a note of that and I'll certainly ask. See if I can get that answer. I'm assuming by that you're saying right here, like where it just shows.
Right,
4,
right.
like, can it show more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll find out about that because it should show up to 20, I think. So I'm not sure. I guess if you guys notice this right now, you can scroll this way and this changes them. So you can do it that way, but I'll see if more can show up. That's a good question. Okay, couple more things. Pages. All right, so we've dragged our different tabs. I've shown you how to do that. Other things you might want to know. How we create custom menu tabs. So let's say, again, we're going to use MTSU as an example here. So I'm going to go back to add new, and under add new, I'm going to click menu item. Hit submit. All right, now we go back to our site pages. Scroll down to the bottom, and there's my tab I have created. So you guys can see how this looks. Follow along with me. If we don't move it, we go back to her site and I hit refresh. No. All right, hit refresh. Then over here, now we've got an MTSU tab, but we need something underneath it because right now it's just a heading. Go back here on your site pages, add new, menu link. Submit. And just like we did with our custom search. Go back over here, whatever the website is, type that in, copy it in your browser link, paste the URL, and then we want to open this link in a new browser window, so they'll go to another page. Check that. Let's hit preview, make sure it's directing us properly. It is. Now hit save. This one actually is save instead of publish, but go back here under site pages on the left-hand side. Scroll down. Here's the link now. So I want to indent this. Did y'all see what I did they started where they're aligned together. But if I drag this over to the right, that's now going to be under the link. The website link is now going to be under the tab. So I'm going to hit publish. Well, that sounds like a broken record now, but back to the site, hit refresh. Now under MTSU, tab, boom, takes us straight to the website. You can get as creative as you want to about that. So all kinds of things you could put under there. So again, if you wanted neighborhood features, you could have a tab for restaurants. You could have a tab for hospitals, churches, I mean, anything and everything. Again, get creative with it. And I know this is a lot, but I mean, I hope you guys are seeing none of this is hard at all. Just got to get in here and mess with it. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, taking that as a no. Amanda, on your question where it says featured properties or our listings, they don't have to be, they can be, they don't have to be. If y'all want to hang on a minute, if anybody wants to hang on when we're done with the main stuff, we can look up some of this stuff and play around with it. Okay, all right, one more thing. We're going to go back to this custom search option because I really think this is so good and you can do so much stuff with it. So on the left-hand side, hit custom search, click custom search. All right, so we remember we created this Murfreesboro zip code one earlier. Now let's get it a little bit more customized, and I'm going to show you guys on Pete's site. This is Pete's site again. Under his properties, you see here, he's created a search for Brentwood, a search for the Gulch, a search for 12 South, and a search for East Nashville. So he has created all of these different search tabs because this is where the majority of his buyers buy. So for instance, if we clicked on the Gulch, and what's really cool about this search site is that a lot of times you can type in a particular neighborhood and it's smart enough to know what that neighborhood is. So if you'll see here, if you have a client coming into town and they want to be in the Gulch or they're looking to buy an investment property in the Gulch, it's already done for them here. Okay, so just so you guys see what that looks like. Now I'm going to show you again how to do that, especially if you want it to be a little bit more customized. All right, let me find it. All right, so this is the example I did Friday. I put East Nashville under 500K. All right, I'm going to type in East Nashville on my main search bar here.
I'm done with this. I'm checking out.
I promise this is y'all's last thing. All right, so again, we've got our map drawn here that has created the border for East Nashville for us. Now, because I've said I want something under 500,000, I'm going to go to this price drop down here. Click 500, then hit apply. And then just so you guys can see this, under filters, it automatically defaults to property types as single family, condo, and townhouse. But let's say we know they want a single family, so I'm going to uncheck those. If you want to create, again, and this is where we're not going to have this on our homepage because you don't want to get it too customized, but a client can come on here and create their own searches this same way once they signed up on your site. But for now, we're just going to do single family. And we're going to hit apply. That dropped us down from 61 to 54 listings. Now let's just say we've got what we need here. This is East Nashville, single family, 500,000 or under. So again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to copy that website up here. Paste that under my custom search path, go back up, take this out. Hit preview. It's doing what it's supposed to. And yep, this is exactly what we just saved. That's working. So let's hit save. Right, and then now let's go back to our site pages on the left-hand side. All right, and then we're going to hit add new up at the top. Go to custom search. Hit submit. Name it again. Hit save. Drop this down to the one you just created. First and then hit save. Go back to your site pages on the left, scroll down, there it is. We're going to drag it up under our properties. And again, if we wanted to rename this properties and put search or house search, whatever you want to name it, you can change that too by hitting edit. But for now, we've moved this under properties. In our old friend publish. Hit refresh, of course. And then under properties, there it is. I just think that's amazing. All right, if anybody's excited, let me know. Do one of those, make sure everybody's still alive. We're almost done.
That's very cool.
Thank you, Becky.
All of the information that you have shared, I hope everyone is excited about it, because I don't know that anyone has gone in this deep and done these things with their websites.
There's a couple on here who can, or who have. They've made a point to, so shout out to them.
Awesome.
You know who you are. Okay, so
I'm definitely excited, and I'm thrilled that you are taping this so I can go back, because my brain is filled and falling.
I know it's on overload. I get it, trust me. Well, hopefully, anytime you have specific questions too, you can reach out to me. But one final thing that I want to say, actually, there's two final things, but nothing else I need to show you. So remember when I talked at the beginning how all these Moxi products talk to each other? So if you have, I keep mentioning how if you have a buyer who creates their own search. So let's just say I'm a buyer, I'm on Donna's website, and I have just created this East Nashville under 500K search for myself. So did everything what I just showed you guys how to do. I filtered it out. Let's just do this just because we're having fun. We know we need 3 bedrooms. We know we need at least 2 bathrooms. So we're going to hit apply. All right, you notice that went from 54 to 15. But let's just say that's what I need. Those are my parameters. So as a consumer, if I hit save search here, I can call the search whatever I want it to, and then I can put on here how many times I want to get notified when there's new listings. So this is kind of like what you would do with auto notify and RealTracs. So let's just say we want them hourly when they come up, and then your client or your buyer would click this right here and they would hit save. And then if they're signed up on your website, that automatically we've already got their email information at that point. So they're going to start to get those save notifications. Now, what is really cool about how all this integrates is when I talked to you guys about Moxi Engage, so we're back here in our Moxi Works home screen now. So in Engage, I'm not going to show y'all what that looks like at this point, but let's just say that I'm Michelle Jenkins. I've signed up on Donna's website, signed up for neighborhood news. That's the first thing that I've done. So when I have created an account on Donna's website, Donna is then going to get an email notification that I have signed up on her website, that I've subscribed to neighborhood news, and I automatically go into her Moxi Engage CRM at this point. So she doesn't have to do anything to it. She goes into Engage next time. She's going to see me as a new added contact. And then when I create these saved searches, or let's say I'm the consumer on the website, oh, I really like this property, I can click on this heart right here as the buyer. And this means that I'm favoriting this listing. And when I do that, Donna is also going to get a notice that I have favorited this property. So she's going to see that. Yeah, she's going to see that in her Engage at this point. She's going to see what they're looking at, what they like. There's also ways that they can comment on the particular listings. So again, another super great feature of keeping track of who's on your website, who's engaging with you on your site. So I think that is super, super cool as well. Mary, question?
Okay, so I know this is kind of features like Zap used to be. On Zap, we could actually go in there and create that for them the very first time, but from what you said, they have to actually sign up first before we can do anything. Am I correct on that?
So that is correct. However, we can, this is a different tutorial for a different day, but if you want to get with me, in fact, if anybody is interested on doing more of a deep dive in Engage, I can show you how to get into that person's profile and you set them up for custom searches, both for neighborhood news and for the website, where you can do that for them and how that is then saved and you can share it with them. So yes, we can do that. This is if they want to get on here and create their own stuff. But
okay, I thought I've done that before. I thought I had gone on there and I had started their own, but that's where I was confused. So we can go on there and start it without them having to actually do it first.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I thought so, but I just needed to verify that.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So again, love the way that this is all integrated. It really is an amazing platform of products, and I think it can help you guys in your business so much. And again, I know it's overwhelming. I know we've done a lot today, but like Donna said, this is recorded. Go back, hit the pieces that you need to. Here's another thing I want to show you guys. If you have not visited this site before, I'm the type of person, I really like tutorials and I like to go and watch videos and do help articles and all that good stuff. If you go to support.moxiworks.com, you can get on there and it's got all the different platforms that you can go in. So for instance, we would click on Moxi websites and then there's just a ton of help articles. Some of them are videos. So get in there, play around with that. And then anytime you have a additional question that I can't answer or you're not finding on here, if you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, in the bottom right-hand corner in any of your Moxi products or on this website, like for instance, if I jump back over here, you see this pink little help blurb is over here. You can chat with them. You can turn in a support ticket. And then on this website, you can sign up just with your Google account and it keeps track of all those conversations that you might have with them. So that's an additional great resource. Couple of other things to show you guys really quick. If you're just like, this is awesome and it would really look great, but I don't have time to mess with all this stuff. Coldwell Banker has something called Design Concierge, and for $450, you can hire them and their design team to come in here and create a semi-custom site for you. So this is an example that they have put together. I will send this to Becky and she can send it out to you guys. And, you know, $450 is a lot of money, but it may be very worth it to you to go to them and say, you know what, here's my information. Here's what I want it to look like. And they put it all together for you. Which to me, I think $450 to get all of this, what we've talked about today, and have this really slick looking website probably would be worth it. Okay, so that's going to be an option as well. And then finally, the one other thing is if you do not have a vanity domain, and by that I mean Keys to Music City, michellemjenkins.com, any of those type things, that's what's called a vanity domain. If you either have one of those that's hosted, say, through GoDaddy, but you have not gotten it directed to your Moxi site yet, reach out to your front desk person. All of our front desk staff are trained on how to help you create a vanity domain name if you don't have one, but then they are also trained in how to get this Moxi site to where instead of it saying NicoleBritton.sites.cbmoxi.com, this would say they can get it directed to where it says NicoleBrittonHomes.com. Okay, so when you want that done, when you're at that point, go to your front desk person and they will redirect it for you. Okay, they've been a big help for me being able to do that step for agents. And I think that's it, y'all. I was hoping to be done by 11, but 11:18 isn't too bad. So we're under the 2-hour mark. I think that's pretty good. I know it's a ton, but especially those of y'all that have done a lot of this, I really appreciate you hanging in there, and hopefully you've learned something.
Michelle, real quick, if you have older clients and you want them to be able to go on, I know there's a way to send a link, I think, to email them and ask them to go on it. Right? Is that right here in front of my face?
Are you saying you want them to go, you want to send them a link to go directly to your website?
I want them to go into Testimonial Tree. Right now, what I heard you say, if the email is in SkySlope and you close, it's automatically there. But what if you wanted to, somebody else wanted to give a testimony that's not in SkySlope?
Correct. Okay, I get what you're saying. So that's a good point, Tony. This is something all of y'all would probably want to know. If you have, like, I know I'm really bad about this in terms of even when I had a Zap website, it would get away from me to where I could send people review requests. But if you have clients that you have closed with, and not only clients, this is what's really cool about Testimonial Tree as well, but let's just say you don't have a lot of clients yet, or you're from a different area, you can reach out to those people still and get them to do a review for you. But Tony, what we would need to do is we need to make sure your Testimonial Tree account is set up. So get with me and Robin on that. And then it's really easy to, you literally just have a button that you click that says, send this person a review request. And yes, we can certainly do that.
Okay.
That goes for anybody. So any of y'all that want to do that have people you want to send requests out to, that you've either transacted with in the past, or you've worked with them in a different profession, but they can give you a testimonial on your character, how hard you work, all of that good stuff. We can do that as well. Not a problem. Okay. And that's it for this. So like I said, if any of y'all want to hang on and we can go over a couple of other things, we certainly can. But for now, I'm going to stop the recording. And anybody who needs to hop off, feel free to do so.